Shalom, shalom. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. It's Brother Yatazadak back once again with another live lesson. As always, giving all honor and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Today we're going to Jeremiah chapter 24. Jeremiah chapter 25, going into the Hebrew. All right. So, Lord willing, you're edified, giving all honor and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelites. All right. The 12 tribes of Israel, also known as the remnant. All right. Like scriptures say, the remnant shall return to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, in righteousness and in truth. All right. Which consists of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, 12 tribes of Israel. Esau, Edom, he is the so-called white man, also known as the wicked of the earth. All right. So we're here to give you the 100% truth, according to the prophetic word, the words of the Lord. All right. Which is only for the remnant. 2/3 of you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans will be coerced into taking the RFID chip. You're going to perish in the time of martial law, FEMA camps. All right, the destruction, which is going to come upon America, Babylon the Great, via thermonuclear fire, the ICBM missiles, World War III, which is known as the Third Woe in the book of Revelation. All right, these things are written to come to pass. Thus saith the Holy Bible. All right. Whether you like it, believe it or not, the Lord is going to make these things come to pass. All right. And so the remnant will be delivered of the Israelites, which is consists of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today. All right. So now the word is going out, the gospel is being preached, and we're pushing into the kingdom. All right. So the head of this chapter is prophecy of captivity. Verse 1 says, the word which came to pass concerning Jeremiah upon all of the people of Judah in the year 4th unto Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, the king of Judah. That is, or Slakia, it was the year 1st unto Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, which reads, Hadbar Ashar Haya al Yoram Yahweh al Kal Aim Yahweh Bashana Ha Rabbayath La Yahweh Yaquayim Ban Yaash Yahweh Malak Yahweh Haya Ha Shana Ha Ra'ash Nayath La Nabah Kadar Atazar Malak Babal. Verse 2 says, which was the word, or Salakia, which that which was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet concerning all the people of Judah, and to all of the inhabitants of Jerusalem to say, which is read as Ashar Dabar Yaram Yahweh Ha Nabai Nabai Nabaya Nabaya I'll I'll call I'm Yahweh Wa'al call Yeshabiyah Yerushalayim La'amar, which says from the third and 10th year unto Yeshaiah, the son of Ammon, the king of Judah, and even until the day this, which is the third and 20th year, came to pass the word of the Lord unto me, and I spoke. I've spoken unto you. I have risen up early and spoken, and thou hast not heard, which reads, Man shalash Aishara Shana La Ya'ash Yahweh Ban Aman Malak Yahweh Wa'id Hayam Hazah Za Shalash Wa Aisharium Shana Haya Dabar Yahweh Aliyah Wa'ad Dabar Al Yakam Ashakyam Wa Dabar Wa La'a Shemaitam. Verse 4 says, and he has sent the Lord unto you, unto all of his servants, the prophets, rising up early and sending them, and thou didst not hear, and thou didst not incline unto your ear to hear, right? So if you're not inclining your ear to hear, then that's because you haven't been given ears to hear, and you haven't perceived the word that the Lord has spoken, which is for the saving of the elect, right? 2/3, right? You're going to continue in this world and be led by the devices of the wicked, right? You got to remember, everything is a distraction. Everything is a war against your mind, which is part of the 666, the system of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, which is to distract you, to keep you from cleaving to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which Yahweh is the Most High God's name. It's not Jehovah, it's not Yahuwah, it's Yahweh. In the ancient Hebrew language, Ba'ashem means in the name. Yahweh Shai, Hamashayach is who you call Jesus Christ. In ignorance, because we're giving you the name in the original tongue, Yahweh Shai, Hamashayach, not Yeshua, not Yahushua. We're not preaching to you white Jesus. We're talking about Yahweh Shai, the Son of the Most High, the so-called black man of the tribe of Judah, as it is written, which are the Negroes, so-called African Americans, the children of God, the princes of the power, Yashar Allah, the upright of God, the righteous, which is on this side, the remnant, those that will return Yahweh into the Lord, into on this side. All right. So it says, verse 4, and the Lord has sent unto his servants prophets, rising early. You have not hearkened nor inclined your ear to hear, which reads, Wa shalach Yahweh al yakam atha kol ibad Yahweh ha naba'ayim, meaning unto his servants that prophesied, rising up early. Wa shakam wa shalach wa la'a shamaitam wa la'a ha tayatam atha azan kam la shamai. The Salakia. Verse 5 says, to say, turn back now a man from his way, evil, and from the evil of his doings, and dwell upon the land which he had given the Lord unto you and unto your fathers. For from ever and even until eternity. All right. Which is really the earth, the planets, the universe. Because the Lord said in the law of Moses that everywhere we tread our feet, right, will be ours ultimately. All right. Which reads La Amar Shabwa Na'a Ayash Madarakwa Habarya Wa Marai Ma Alal Yakam Wash Shabwa Al Ha-Adama Ashar Nathan Yahweh Lakam Wala Abath Yakam Laman Iwalam Wa'id Iwalam. Verse 6 says, and do not go after gods others to serve them and to worship unto them, and do not vex unto me upon the doing of your hands, and I shall not hurt thee. Right? So scriptures say that what? The Lord threateneth, right? The Lord has spoken. Who can but prophesy? Who is but prophesying in these latter days 100% truth? Our elders and apostles at Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. All right. These other camps like IUIC, ISUPK, Sakari, they have what's called a 501c3 tax exempt status, like your local Christian and Catholic pastor. All right. So these are the things that the Lord gave to his servants to speak and to go out throughout the earth in these latter days. Like scriptures say, the knowledge of the Lord shall cover the earth like waters. Which reads, Wa'al, Dalakwa, Acharya, Alahayim, Acharyim, La Ibadam, Wala, Ha-Shatachat, Laham, Wala, Tha, Kayaswa, Ataya, Bama Aisha, Yad Yakam, Wala, Arai, Lakam. Verse 7 says, and thou hast not heard unto me, said the Lord, right, on account of that thou hast, that I have been vexed from the doings of your hands unto, for it to be pain unto you, all right, as in for your evil, all right, because that's what Jake's been doing, going off, once we were placed in the Holy Land, and giving into our own lusts, like it says in the book of Hosea. That was Hosea chapter 2 or 4, when the Lord said, "You have taken my goodly things and offered them unto strange gods." That was Jake doing that since the beginning. All right, to provoke the Lord in His anger, and to cause Jake to be scattered ultimately. All right, the scattering of the tribes, and the Lord ultimately casting off Jake as a whole. Jake is short for Jacob. All right, like we say all the time. So it says, Wala'a Shemai Thumb Aliyah Na'am Yahweh Lama'ain Ha Kayas Naya Bama Aisha Yad Yakam Larai Lakam. Verse 8 says, For so thus saith the Lord of hosts, on account of thou hast not heard unto my words, Lakan ka Amar Yahweh Tazba'ath Ya'an Ashar La'a Shemai Thumb Atha Dabaryah. Verse 9 says, Behold, I will send, and I will take unto all of the clans of the north, saith the Lord, and unto Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and I will bring him upon the land this, and upon her inhabitants, and upon all of the nations these round about, and will lift up the sword against them, and cause them to be astonished. Or Salakia, yeah, I will cause them to be, I will place them unto astonishment, La Shema, and unto which Sharak, which means the whistle, or in this sense, to a hissing, and unto desolations perpetually. All right, which that word perpetually should really be Mayad, but this is sort of like a substitute for that, which is um, read as Iwalam. All right, so it reads Hanaya Shalach Walakwataya Atha Kol Mashapakath Tazapan Na'am Yahweh Wa'al Nabakadar Atazar Malak Babal Abadya Waha Pa'athium Al Ha'ratazah Haza'ath Wa'al Yashabya Wa'al Kol Hagwaya Ha'alha Sabyab Waha Haramathium Wa Shamathium La Shema Wala Sharaka Wala Horabath Awalam. Perpetual desolations. Verse 10 says, And I will cause to perish from them the voice of rejoicing and the voice of mirth. Or Salaka, Shashan actually means the voice of joyfulness, and the voice of mirth, the voice of mirth. Shamacha, the voice of the bridegroom. Salaka, the voice of the bride. Well, no, that says Chatan is voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, the voice of the milling of stones, as in the sound of the milling of stones, because qual can mean voice or sound, you know, and the light of the candle. So it says, Waha abataya maham, qual shashan, wa qual shamaka, qual katan, wa qual kala, qual rakyam, wa awar nor. And that's what the Lord did. Ultimately, he caused Jake to be cast off. All right, causing Jake to right, causing Jake to ultimately be taken from the land. All right, which reads Wa hayatha kal ha rataza haza'a wala haraba la shama wa ibadwa ha gawayim ha alha ata malak babal or Salakia. Verse 11 says, and shall become all the land this, unto desolation, to astonishment, and they shall serve the nations these unto the king of Babylon 70 years. All right, which there was an actual 70 years. All right, which happened to Babylon back then, the original Babylon. But when you read the next header of this chapter, it's talking about America, Babylon Great. 7 years is symbolic for because let's look that up real quick, Salakia. Because you have even in the law, right? There's particular years that are called years of release, like the Jubilee, which is 50 years. But these things are symbolic, you know. Like you have 7 being the number of perfection, you know, because God, you know, that number is symbolic for God as well, because God is perfect, right? Completion, like a whole amount. 10 would be like a whole number, you know. So that's just particular years, which it was actually 7 years when you go back to the time of Jeremiah, the original Babylon. But when you go to the header of this chapter, the next header of this chapter is actually talking about spiritual 70 years that America Babylon Great would accomplish. All right, in its time, right, according to its judgment. All right. So the next header is Babylon would be judged. Let's go to verse 12. Which verse 12 says, And it shall come to pass, according to the fulfilling of 70 years, I shall visit upon the king of Babylon and upon the nations, that is, saith the Lord, and unto their iniquity, and against the land of the Chaldeans, and I will make unto it unto desolations perpetual, right? Which is the fulfilling of the times of the judgment of the great whore, all right? Which is 70 years, all right? And because Esau, when you go into the book of Ezekiel, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he's the king of Babylon, all right? Um, the nations, right, which are the heathens, Psalms 83, that conspired to cut us off from being the people, the Ammonites, the Moabites, um, which the Ammonites, they're the Japanese, the Moabites are the Chinese. You have the Ishmaelites, which are the so-called Arabs, the Edomites, which is they're the so-called white people. You have the Hamites, which are the so-called Africans, not the Negroes. These are distinct nations. They're not the same people. Different customs, different manners of life. They look different. They act different. The land of the Chaldeans. Because you got to remember, this is where the ancient wisdom comes from. These ancient nations, which on the left-hand side, they're just seducing spirits, demonic spirits, you know. Um, because in the Chaldeans, Abraham dwelt amongst other sons of Shem, which were, now they're just called Arabs, but they're actually Semites, Semitic peoples, ancient Semitic peoples like Aram, Lud, Elam, which is the East Indian. They're Semitic people. They come from a line of Shem. You have Shem, Ham, Japheth. Again, Ham or the biblical Africans. Japheth, they're the Polynesians, Hawaiians, Samoans, the original Greeks, because they were dark skinned. All right. Even when you go to the land of Hawaii, these are dark skinned peoples that still dwell in that land. All right. So the so-called white man took those nations, their customs, and they call themselves the Greeks. Now they're the Romans. Now they're the caveman, but they weren't the caveman back then. They were Edomites. Edom, Adawan, means red, because Genesis 25 and 25 says that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, came out red and hairy. Jacob, which we come from Jacob, 12 tribes, the Israelites, all right, we come from Jacob. So they were twins in the womb, and Rebekah's womb, the wife of Isaac. And these twins came out, and they always had enmity against each other. And the Lord always hated Esau, which he called the Edomites the people of my curse, unto which is upon them the Lord's curse. All right. So it says, Wahaya ka mala'ath shabayim shana apquad al malak babal wa'al kawaya ha hawa na'am Yahweh al iwanam wa'al arataza Kashadium wa Shamathya Atawa Lashamath Iwalam. So the next verse says the Lord is going to bring all these words that he had pronounced upon Esau, upon the nations, all right, which he spoke by his servants, the prophets, all right, rising up early, right? Because you nations, you've been known that the Lord is dealing with us. You've been known that that uh, the children of Israel have been in captivity in the land of the oppressor. All right, now it's different because the Lord is bringing all this to light. Why? Because it's that time, right? There's a time in the season for everything, right? So we're in the time of awakening. We're in the time of end game type stuff. All right. This is no longer a myth. This is no longer speculation, right? The Israelites are waking up, which is the remnant, not you other nations. This has nothing to you other nations are spittle, right? The Lord called our people peculiar, all right, special, the sons of God, um, which through us, when the Lord gives us the angelic bodies, right, after he scorches the earth, after he throws down all these kingdoms, right? Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, the Black Messiah, who you call Jesus Christ, comes down in his glory as an angelic power, right? You heathens are gonna have no choice but to deal with what the Lord is bringing, which he's gonna scorch the earth. The weapons that he gave the ability, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the ability to create is gonna be to the destruction and desolation of many kingdoms, right? So scriptures say, the book of Second Esdras, that few men shall be left. All right, there shall hardly be a man to till the earth, except the remnant of the nation of Israel. They get delivered. They're going to get placed in their own land. They're going to be as the angels before the Lord. You know, so this is not like a game. This is not like uh we're not even boasting in ourselves. It's something greater that's coming. Something huge. You know, the only begotten Son, the man that was hung and slew on a tree, and all the earth shall see him. Now we're not talking about no white dog haired Jesus, right? This is the white so-called white man's lies, that he's so-called white, that the angels are white. All right, that this is serious business. All right, which the Lord gave unto his servants to prophesy, to preach into the end. All right, which is the end is made manifest in the form of the word going out. All right, the time of refreshing, which the Lord gave us, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, for this marvelous light. Right, which is the Lord compared it unto a candle that lights a whole house, which is talking about our people, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, the Israelites, right? And for the remnant to be saved, but 2/3 of you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, you're gonna die in your sin. Thermonuclear fire, the RFID chip being the mark of the beast. You're gonna take it, and you're gonna get cancer, because that's what these other, right? Lithium ion, these electric batteries, they're not good for you. Every time you drive that thing, they make lithium that the body reacts to, stuff like that. All right, so that stuff is driving you crazy. All right. It's playing with your molecular structure. All right. That's why there's a mandate for everything to become electric, because these things are yeah, it looks cool, but these things are going to be to your detriment. The RFID chip, these digital readers, everything becoming digital. Just think about it. You have a phone in your hand 24/7, and you're actually going to have a right. You're going to take the charagma, right? You already got 5G towers frying your brain. You got lies. You got the food that you eat is messing with your body. All right. So the Lord said no flesh would be saved unless the Lord intervenes. All right. And the Lord said that the the remnant will scarcely be saved, the righteous, you know. So like I said, we're not boasting in ourselves. All right. We're not boasting in our own mind. All right. This is about the prophetic word. All right. And the Lord fulfilling that which he spoke about. So it says, and I will bring unto against the land that is to all my words which I have spoken against it, unto all that is written in the book this, which has been prophesied by Jeremiah concerning all nations, which the Lord said the hour of temptation, right, come upon all the earth, because this is a worldwide thing that is being coordinated. All right. But just like with every secret society, every you got the foot soldiers. They don't really know what's going on. They don't really know what's really right being planned. It's those at the top. All right, because that's what the lower, and they when you go into psychology and stuff like that, people are being manipulated on a large scale to where your belly is being used against you. Food is a weapon, right? Uh, these chemicals that alter your mind is being used as a weapon. All right, all these things are being used as a weapon. Your childhood experiences, your whatever trauma you may have, right? It's being used and weaponized, which is spiritual demon Satan is doing that on the left hand side, right? All these things are, and who's the number one perpetrator? The goddamn cracker. You saw Edom. All right, pushing all this nonsense. That's what our people. That's what you simple jakes. You're gonna fall into these devices because you have no understanding. All right, you're not seeking the Lord while you still may be found. All right, you're not seeking the Lord B times. All right, and ultimately you're gonna give up because the Lord didn't put it. That's why you have men that came into this thing, right? Preached for a little bit, endured for a little bit, right? Which there's a parable that speaks on that. But when they couldn't endure anymore, they ultimately gave up. They gave up, and the Lord gave them up unto their own heart's lusts, unto their own lusts. All right. So that's what the Lord did. Gave Jake to his own devices. All right. He gave Jake to his own device, and that's what what the whole purpose of this thing is. All right, for there to be a righteous trial, and the Lord being that righteous judge, which will ultimately be justified by words, right? Saying, all right, be made manifest. All right, the things that we've been warning you about coming to life, right? And the Lord bringing His words to pass. All right, the Lord bringing His words to pass, and you're gonna find out that this thing is real. It's true. It's tried and true, like the words of the Lord, right? The word of the Lord being tried and true. All right, that warning that we're giving out, right? Which is what we've been speaking, starting with our elders and apostles of Great Mill Stone for decades upon decades upon decades. It's going to the Lord's gonna make good due on His word. All right, He's gonna make due on His promise. So it says, Waha ba'a taya al ha-rataza ha-haya atha kol the barya ashar the barthaya alya atha kol ha-kathab basapar haza ashar naba'a Yaram Yahweh al kol ha-gwayim. Verse 14, because they shall serve upon themselves, even they, nations many and kings great, and I will recompense unto them according to their doings and according to the doing of their hands, which reads, Kaya Ibadwa, Bum, Gum, Hama, Gawayim, Rabiim, Wa Malakiim, Gadolium, Wa Shalom Taya, Laham, Ka Payalam, Wa Ka Ma Aisha, Yad Yaham. All right. Salakia. Just bear with me 1 second. Trying to get situated. Salakia, brothers and sisters. Which means forgive me in the ancient Hebrew. the Lord is going to recompense you goddamn devils according to your hand. All right? According to your oppressions, according to all the polluting you've been doing to the earth, right? Polluting the minds of the children, all right? All your detestable things, right? All that is going to be, you're going to be done away with, right? You red devils. All right. Now, some of our people look like Edomites. Some of us look like other nations, like Moabites and whatnot. Because we took wives of the other nations in times past, so our seed have taken on their likeness. But you nations will not be saved. All right. 2/3 will not be saved. That's just the truth of the matter. All right. Too bad. All right. So what? The Lord said what he said, and he's going to perform what he said he would perform. All right? That's just facts. All right? We're not making this up. All right? Those are just facts. All right? The things that we say is just plain. It's plain and simple. All right? Verse 15 says, "Because thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, unto me take, as in by me, take the cup of the wine of the fury this from my hand, and cause to drink unto them unto all the nations which I will send out unto thee unto them," which reads Kaya Ka Amar Yahweh Alahaya Yashar Allah Aliyah Kwach Atha Kawas Hayayan Ha-Chama Ha-Za'ath Mayadya Waha Shakyata Athawa Atha Kol Hagawayim Ashar Anakya Shalach Athaka Al Yaham. And that's in other parts of scripture. The Lord said, take this hand, take the cup and drink it. And the Lord said, thou shalt surely drink it. All right. So verse 16 says, and shall drink it and shall be agitated, which that's what Gayash means, or Salakia, that means to shake. Sometimes it's read as let's look that up real quick. Tremble. Sometimes read as, oh, okay, this is something different. This is to agitate. Yeah, that means to agitate. They shall drink, they shall be agitated, and shall be mad, halal, which halal means to shine or to commend, to praise. But in the sense of when one is agitated, right? You can just see like when there is agitation in somebody's eyes, right? When somebody is like startled, right? That's just in another sense, which is halal. It's another way to say will be startled. So it would actually say, and they shall drink, and they shall be agitated, they shall be startled from before the sword which I will send out uh between them. That's another way to say amongst them. Because that word for amongst is actually bathak. So it reads wa shathwa waha waha thag ashwa waha ta halalwa mapanya ha harab ashar anakya shalach by bayan bayantam. Verse 17 says, and I took into the cup from the hand of the Lord, and I made to drink unto all the nations which the Lord sent me, which he sent me, the Lord, unto them. Which is wa akwach atha hakawas mayad Yahweh wa shakwa atha kol hagawayim ashar shalachnaya Yahweh al Yaham. Salakia, just bear with me 1 second. Trying to get situated. Just bear with me 1 second, Akim. All right, Salakia. Verse 18 says, so you got to keep in mind, this happened back then with the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, right? He sent them unto the nations, right? Gave him, the authority to destroy, just like Esau, right? Esau was given the sword to destroy, right? To cause havoc, all right? To spoil, to rob, rape, murder the whole earth. So this is sort of twofold. It applies to back then. You can apply it to today. Because like the elders recently did on their live, they spoke about how how do you say it? The Chaldeans. The Chaldeans were known as great spoilers, and you know, Nineveh. Nineveh was known as a city, a wicked city. But it's talking about America, Babylon the Great, because sometimes it's called just like Esau. Sometimes it's called the Assyrian and whatnot. So there's code names for Esau. There's code names for America, which is Babylon, Babylon the Great. Right. So there's code names for all these things, you know, which the Lord gave. And that's just what it is. If you don't really get it, you weren't supposed to get it, you know? Because Jake, he wants it to actually read America, Babylon the Great. He actually wants it to read, that that Esau is the Assyrian. All right, but that's not how this understanding works. All right, that's not how this thing works. Period. Okay. That's not how the Lord set it up. So it says, verse 18, unto Jerusalem and unto the cities of Judah and unto her kings and unto her princes is given unto them to the sword for desolation, for a hissing, and for a curse, according to the day this. Which reads, Atha Yerushalayim, wa Atha Arya Yahawada, wa Atha Malachiah, Atha Sharya, Latha Atham, La Haraba, La Shema, La Sharaka, Wala, Wala, Kayam, Chazah. So with that, I'm going to finish the next part of this chapter shortly. Take a brief intermission. All right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Brakatam. Lord willing, you were edified. Right, we're going to continue soon through the power spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone.